Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh and the husband of Queen Elizabeth II, has died at the age of 99 after recovering from treatment for an infection and a pre-existing heart condition. Nephew of the last Viceroy of the British Raj, Lord Louis Mountbatten, Prince Philip wed his third cousin, Princess Elizabeth, in 1947. Their marriage endured over 73 years, making him the longest-serving monarch consort in British history. Over his lifetime as a royal, Prince Philip travelled the world as a senior representative of Britain. His diplomatic engagements were often opportunities for him to display what some called British wit or aristocratic bluntness. They were frequently referred to as gaffes, but are now clearly recognised as incidents of casual racism and sexism. Following his death, a number of social media users made efforts to ensure this aspect of his legacy was not forgotten. So here's 5 times Prince Philip's so-called gaffes made headlines and caused controversy. In an official state visit to Ethiopia in 1965, a country that escaped colonization from European powers, Prince Philip, presented with local and traditional art, described it as the kind of thing his daughter would bring back from school art lessons. On the first and only ever British state visit to China in 1986, Prince Philip met with British students studying Mandarin at Jian University and casually remarked that if they stayed there much longer, they'd go home with slitty eyes. To make it worse, British tabloid media reported on the account with offensive headlines like this. In the same year, at a World Wildlife Fund meeting, Prince Philip also said, "If it has got 4 legs and it is not a chair, if it has got 2 wings and it flies but it is not an aeroplane, and if it swims and it is not a submarine, the Cantonese will eat it." In 2002, when accompanying the Queen on a visit to the Chabukai Aboriginal Cultural Park near Cairns in Australia, Prince Philip stopped to speak with a group of respected Aboriginal elders. William Brim, the park's founder, said the prince asked him, "Do you still throw spears at each other?" To which Brim replied, "No, we don't do that anymore." Whilst touring through London as part of the Queen's Diamond Jubilee celebrations in 2012, 25-year-old Hannah Jackson, who was wearing a bright red dress adorned with a central zip on the front, caught the eye of Prince Philip, who then told a nearby police officer that he would get arrested if he were to unzip her dress. And then there was this, while meeting nurses on a visit to Luton and Dunstable Hospital in 2013.
Where do you come from, Roger? Philippines. Philippines, I say half empty. They were all here. Running the NHS.
These are just a few moments that caught the headlines, but after almost 7 decades as a royal, there have been countless instances where his off-colour comments were simply brushed off as wry humour or classical dry British wit. On the back of recent controversies regarding Meghan Markle and the alleged racism inherent in the royal family, Prince Philip's so-called gaffes of the past continue to haunt the carefully constructed image of the firm and the British royal family. As tributes roll in for the late statesman and condolences are passed on to the monarchy, it may be a time to pay respects, but it may also serve as a solemn reminder of how times have changed.